This is exactly right.
This episode is supported by FX's The Shards, a seductive drama from executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Set in 1980s Los Angeles, the series follows a group of glamorous, deeply entangled high school seniors drawn into a life of wealth, beauty, parties, and excess.
At its center is Brett, whose reality begins to unravel when the arrival of a new student coincides with a series of mysterious murders. FX's The Shards, now streaming on Hulu.
Goodbye.
Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right, it almost feels wrong.
Right now, you can get great deals on Hyundai's most popular models,
including the adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid and the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid.
Plus, there's the bold and stylish Elantra loaded with the latest tech.
Or go all-electric with the Ioniq 5 or the Ioniq 9.
So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with a deal you'll love during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Visit HyundaiUSA.com for details.
Goodbye. If you're thinking about your bra all day, you're probably wearing the wrong bra.
Your bra should clock in, do its job, and clock out.
That's where Honeylove comes in.
Honeylove is an independent, female-founded brand with products designed by women who actually wear them.
Honeylove recently launched their new crossover contour bra, which features their best-selling wireless crossover bra design, plus built-in molded light foam pads for extra support and a beautifully contoured shape.
And Honeylove is now offering a crossover triple bra bundle. You can get huge savings by buying 3 at once.
But Honeylove doesn't just make bras and shapewear. They built a full line of tanks, bodysuits, and underwear with supportive structure, smoothing fabrics, and premium finishes.
Treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market.
Use our exclusive link to save 20% off Honeylove at honeylove.com/MFM.
That's honeylove.com/MFM.
After you check out, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you.
Experience the new standard in comfort and support with Honeylove.
Goodbye.
Hello and welcome
to Rewind with Karen and Georgia.
If you don't know, this is our extra Wednesday podcast where we go and revisit our earliest episodes. We react to what we used to be like, and we give you any case updates that we might have for the stories that we tell you.
And today we're rewinding to episode 19, which came out on Thursday, June 2nd, 2016, called 19 Kills and Counting, which I didn't get for a second because it's been so long since that show.
I still don't get it.
19 Kids and Counting? Wasn't that the Duggar TV show?
It was a Doug. This is a Duggar reference episode. It's a disaster from the beginning.
Right from the start.
So now it's time for you to grab a glass of water and the person who cuts your hair and your favorite cuddle buddy, and you can all listen along because now, because of Rewind, we can all be day one listeners.
Okay, let's listen to the intro of episode 19.
This is recording now.
Mm-hmm. Am I gonna really annoy you if I keep telling you not to hold that part of this?
Oh no, I need it.
Is it gonna annoy you though? I feel like at some point you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna murder you.
Let's plan out our first fight now.
I'll start crying immediately.
I feel like anytime we've even come within 30 miles of the slightest fight, we have a total talk down.
Yeah, you'd be like, I want to talk to you about something.
Yeah.
I like that.
Did I say that?
No, that we both, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I think it's because we started our friendship at a place of vulnerability.
Yes.
By talking about literally being vulnerable.
That's right. And also, when I think about being in a fight with you, it makes me immediately want to start crying. I'm just like, I can't have it. I just can't. I'll do anything to make sure it doesn't happen.
Yay. I'm going to do so much shit now. Now that I know I have fucking carte blanche.
Free reign.
Fuck with you.
Well, I will.
Great.
I'm not saying I won't very firmly confront you.
Right. It's not a fight if you're just screaming at me.
If I scream you down into a corner.
Yeah, that's not technically a fight. If it's one punch and I'm out, that's not a fight.
Some of my favorite fights, because I do the Irish thing where I won't say anything.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I'm out. I'll just be Irish goodbye you.
I think I know that. And that's why I'm like, that's what I'm scared of.
Right. But that's why I'm saying I'll be total conversations at the jump, at the slightest thing.
Okay.
That's why I'll always be like, here's how I feel, here's my thing, and here's my, I need you to know my thing.
We're adults and we know our things by now.
Yeah, you got to say your thing. You know what? It's only fair that you give the other person a chance. You say, here's the thing, and give the other person a chance.
Yeah, and you'll know by their response whether or not there's someone that you can have a lifelong relationship with, or at least for the next few weeks. Until I do it again. Until
our podcast gets out of the top 10. Are we out already? We must be.
We're not. I checked today. Excuse me. That was loud.
That was the best reaction.
No, it's so good. We're still, you guys are in the top 10 iTunes comedy podcasts. We were number 1 a week ago. I'm disappointed in you guys. No, I'm not. I love you.
Don't say that.
So, maybe the reason we're not number 1 anymore is because nobody knows what podcast this is. Hey, this is My Favorite Murder.
Oh, yeah, This Is My Favorite Murder, starring Georgia Hardstark
and Karen Kilgariff.
We say each other's names. If you're trying to figure out who's talking, I always say Georgia Hardstark. It's like a cute, I think it's things people do it on the radio a lot.
It's cute.
It's cute.
So on our fucking storied, famed Facebook group that everyone loves, that has 11,000.
Holy, 11? The last time I looked, it was 9.
11,000 people in it. Gross. And they're all cool. Somehow they're all fucking cool.
Because everybody gets that everybody else wants everybody to be cool.
Yeah, and when they're not cool and they like get a talking to, they're like, I'm sorry, cool. Our last names are kill hard together.
Oh, fuck
hard kill.
Hard kill.
Hardstark and Kilgariff.
I like that a lot. That's it. They are kind of badassy murder names.
It's almost like fucking fate.
It's fucking fate.
It's hard kill. That's the name of our TV show.
That's a good idea. The hard kill.
The hard kill. The book we write together about.
I feel like if we do the hard kill, we should both dress up as we should dress up like kind of 70s news anchors.
Oh, I was going to think you were going to say spy versus spy.
And try to kill each other. But we have to be vulnerable about it and really discuss it.
Yeah, and like sad.
I feel like I want to come at you with a knife, but
hard kill is definitely 70s anchor women.
Yeah. Where we have bows at the neck and
feathered hair. You have feathered hair. Because you already have this great. You do feathered hair. I'll do like a Mary Lou Retton bowl cut.
Oh my God.
How great would that?
God, hard kill. Let's do this
hard
thing.
Kill. Is anyone listening who wants to make a TV show for us?
We're specifically talking about FXX. If anyone from FXX is listening, we just call out. Well, you know what? That's how they do it on The Secret. You just ask for what you want to the universe or, to
podcast listeners.
I just sit in at work today. Everybody had a conversation about how they don't understand what podcasts are. What? And they don't understand why they're popular. And I just sit there like with my dirty secret that I have 2 podcasts.
And just kept looking around. That, they bring you joy. Like you don't even just have them.
I almost at one point said, it's kind of like if you could control the radio.
Yeah. It's a radio show.
It's a radio. If you liked what you were listening to on the radio, that's kind of what it's like.
It's a radio show, and there are various topics, all that span everything, and you're always going to find one you're interested in.
Yeah. It's basically, do you like 2 dudes just interrupting each other? They've got that.
They've got a lot of that.
They've got that. Do you like 2 grown women who talk like they're in junior high about murder?
We're here.
We've got, hello and welcome.
That's us. Nobody knew that you had 2 podcasts?
Well, Kreisel knows, my boss knows, but he wasn't saying anything.
Yeah, he was like keeping your secret.
And Fred knows because he's been on one of them.
Oh, right.
But it was just everybody kind of, I had that exact same feeling before I started listening to podcasts. I was like, why would anyone want to listen to stand-up comics talking? That's all I've listened to for the past 20 years of my life. It's so boring unless you're really shit-faced.
Or just NPR. Nobody likes fucking. Never mind. I'm not going to talk shit on them.
Yeah, let's not be shit talkers.
Yeah.
What I do like is cool music jams. That's how I usually spend my time if I'm going to just listen to something.
Not me. Fucking audio book.
You're all about that.
Freak.
But then, when the first couple times I listen to podcasts driving home to San Francisco on the 5.
You fall asleep?
God bless. No, it makes the ride feel like it's an hour long.
I have a friend who was on a fucking road trip with her boyfriend this weekend texting me, we're listening. We're on episode 12.
Oh,
Like totally into it.
don't you love there was a couple people who were sending, who were posting on the Facebook page, why don't you guys have an episode 12? And it turns out we do. That's Our Bodies Are 12s.
Oh, yeah.
Another, a great title. I'll say it myself. But I was immediately like, oh, shoot, because of when we misnumbered the other ones.
Oh, yeah.
When we thought 15 was 16. I assumed they were right immediately, but it was some weird thing with
glitch.
Yeah, it was an iTunes glitch or something glitch.
Okay, we're back.
And we're back.
Should we discuss this topic of having our first fight? Should we open that can of worms?
Well, hey, look. I mean, first of all, that mistake that I did make with the microphone, which I made almost every episode for like maybe the first 20, 30, I don't know. But I didn't really listen back often. But when I did, I was just like, what is happening? And it was me just jiggling the mic as I was talking. Right?
I totally don't remember. And we held microphones. They were handheld for so long.
Yeah.
Way longer than we should have. Way longer than most podcasts know to do.
Yeah.
So it's inevitable that there's going to be, outside noises that happen. I think
there's going to be some issues.
Yeah. I think for some reason I'm really susceptible to noises. I'm not for some reason. It's because I'm fucking have anxiety. But I'm really aware of like little noises that could be in the background more so than other people. So I'm always the like hold for sound person, even though I'm not the sound person, Or like, do you guys hear that? We should pause. So I think I'm just hyper aware of that.
Yeah. And you have a sensitivity toward it?
Yes.
Whereas I clearly am completely deaf to it. And I'm like, I not only don't know what you're talking about, I'm not doing it.
It's not your job.
It's not my job. And also I just will flatly deny that it's happening. And then listen back to the episode and just be like, that's so distracting and so irritating.
That's why we have sound people now. What's up, guys?
I mean, here's the thing. We finally started releasing on one day.
Yeah.
And we got that cadence correct. You can't expect us to also have good sound. Come on.
Right. It's only episode 19. But the thing is, we already have 11,000 people in the Facebook group by then.
Yeah.
That's a lot for 19 episodes.
It is.
That happened quick,
It went
too.
fast.
Yeah.
The whole fucking thing went really fast. But we start to become aware that other people are aware of us and don't like it. And that was very strange.
Yeah.
Because it's almost suddenly we're being observed. And of course, that changes something inherently.
Absolutely.
And that idea of like, somebody's saying we're making fun of murder, which we're like, no, we're not. But then...
Well, that's the thing is like they're saying they don't like it. They don't like the idea of it.
Right.
They've never listened to it, which we completely understand.
Yes.
True crime and comedy together, those words don't make sense together.
And we are flippant about it. So it's like...
And we also don't give a fuck if you haven't listened and you don't like it.
Right. But like in those early days, we've listened back. It's a harsh listen to go like, oh yeah, we shouldn't have said that. We shouldn't have said it that way. We should have had a kind of a more meta awareness of what we were doing and other people listening to it. But we didn't because we are just regular people that were talking into microphones.
Yeah. But what we learned is to take the true crime part seriously and the comedy part around it. That's how I always explain it to someone who's like, what do you do? And then I tell them about the podcast. I'm like, okay, but the comedy is not the story part. The comedy is that, we have this anxiety around the idea that these things happen in our society and they're terrifying. And our way of coping with horror and terror and fear is through laughing together.
Right.
And humor.
Yeah.
It's not about the stories we're telling of the victims or the, horrible things that are happening.
Yeah. I also think that awareness is then suddenly the focus becomes how are we being criticized as opposed to all the other people who get it. Because there's all these people who get it and are showing up to say they get it. And I'm so happy to hear like this being discussed the way you're discussing it. There's plenty of people doing that. But those people disappear when someone comes and says you're a bad person.
Yeah.
It's a very, very strange kind of like that awareness. I'll never get over it because it's just so weird. You're being perceived and you're being judged and people think you're a bad person. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Except for the day or the episode 19 listeners. Those people are not judging us.
No,
we appreciate you.
Never. Also, the idea that I was talking about my job at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So Erin put this together, and her theory is that I worked on Portlandia because I was telling stories about my boss, John Kreisel, and Fred Armisen. But I think that's also the funniest thing of working on that show and at one point transitioning from that show to a second show.
Right.
But doing this podcast the entire time. It was just like the most exhausting, insane. And I was just like, oh, I can't quit any of these things.
You can't, yeah.
I can't quit anything.
All of them are like, you can't, not yet.
Keep all these chips on the table. It was wild. It was a wild time. And also then it's like I had to do homework on top of that homework. And I don't like homework. We've talked about this.
I know. But do you think you're a workaholic, kind of?
Absolutely.
Do you think you'd be like one of those 1950s absent dads who has like a bachelor apartment in the city because he just is at work all day?
Yeah, I think I would have like one main family and 2 secret families. I wouldn't be able
That's a lot of work
to get away.
Because you need the work.
Yeah, I need it. I need the drama and the problems. But also I think it's just that when you like move to LA because you think you're going to be in show business and you have one idea of what show business is, you have no fucking clue what show business is. And what show business is fucking 16-hour days. Do you want to be in this or not? Because we can get somebody else that, will replace you in one day. Like, it is
constant hustle.
Tough. It is a tough business. So that was my thing always, was like, I got to pay these bills and I got to keep it going.
And it's like you're throwing you have all these pans in the fire. Is that what they say? Because you don't know what's going to like create the biggest fucking explosion. I don't know where this is coming from, but you have no idea.
Yes.
Is it going to be Portlandia, which obviously that's huge in itself, but it's like, but you still have to think of what's next because there's only 8 episodes. What are you doing after that?
Exactly. When that run is done, you immediately, you have to do such a good job that people recommend you for your next run. Right. And now we're talking 2016 era. The rooms are so much smaller now. There's so many fewer writing jobs now. It's rough. I mean, it's crazy. But then also the idea that my pan in the fire of a podcast with my friend Georgia that I'd met 6 months prior, it's wild. All right. So Georgia goes first on this episode. So here is her story about the so-called Freeway Phantom.
Grocery shopping seems like it should take 20 minutes.
And then 2 hours later, you're standing at the checkout with a frozen pizza and 6 different types of chips.
Lucky for you, there's Hungry Root.
Hungry Root is like having your own personal shopper and nutritionist all wrapped in one. They'll take care of the weekly grocery shopping and recommend groceries and meals tailored to you.
Once you tell them about your goals and preferences, they fill your cart with personalized recommendations. And those recommendations get smarter as Hungry Root learns more about what you did or didn't like.
Most of Hungry Root's recipes can be made in just 15 minutes or less. You can't get any easier than one pan shakshuka. I've always said that.
Yeah, I love the convenience and also the fact that I don't have to go park anywhere.
Thank God Hungry Root's around to help us shop and help us build really healthy and delicious meals.
For a limited time, get 40% off your first order, plus get a free item in every box for life.
Go to hungryroot.com/MFM and use code MFM.
That's hungryroot.com/MFM, code MFM to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. Goodbye.
The future has an annoying habit of always showing up.
That's why now is a great time to start planning ahead.
Enter Acorns.
Acorns is a smart way to give your money a chance to grow. You can sign up in minutes and start automatically investing, even if it's your spare change.
The Acorns potential screen shows you the power of compounding and how your money could grow over time. You can quickly adjust how much you're investing every day, week, or month to make sure you're always building towards your goals.
Whether you're just starting out or thinking about settling down, Acorns supports your big and small goals across every stage of life. Sign up now and Acorns will boost your new account with a $5 bonus investment.
Join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $27 billion with Acorns.
Head to acorns.com/MFM or download the Acorns app to get started.
Paid non-client endorsement compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns.
Tier 2 compensation provided, potential subject to various factors such as customers' accounts, age, and investment settings.
Does not include Acorns fees. Results do not predict or represent the performance of any Acorns portfolio. Investment results will vary. Investing involves risk.
Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. A few important disclosures at acorns.com/MFM. Goodbye.
Summer means a whole new world for your feet.
They're walking more, sweating more, and going barefoot all day long.
For summer feet that need real comfort, there's Bombas.
Bombas has a whole line of sport-specific socks for golf, yoga, the gym, and every kind of runner.
They also make soft, supportive compression socks that are especially great for summer travel.
Bombas sandals and slides are made from super lightweight, cushy, waterproof EVA foam, so they feel incredibly comfortable.
And the best part? For every item you buy, Bombas donates an essential clothing item to someone facing housing insecurity, with over 200 million donations and counting.
I wore my Bombas compression socks on the plane ride to and from Italy. And listen, I'm a girl of a certain age at this point. It needs to be done. And I felt so comfy and so secure with my cute little Bombas socks.
So head over to bombas.com/MFM and use code MFM for 20% off your first purchase.
That's BOMBAS.com/MFM, code MFM at checkout.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Okay, you're first this week.
I'm first this week? Okay.
Let's get down to business. I don't want to mess around. What is this? Something circus in town.
We're going to get deep into this shit. Are you guys ready for our favorite murders? Wait.
Yes,
where the fuck is my fave?
We love murder.
Oh my God. I thought mine was deleted from my...
Oh my God.
All right. I'd never heard of this one.
Uh-oh.
The Freeway Phantom Killer?
Oh, shit, y'all.
You heard of this one?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't think so.
This is some fucked up shit. And here's what I was thinking. I want to not only do white women like Martha Moxley getting killed.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I found this one and I'm like, I'd never heard of this. And it's a fucking serial killer where 6 young girls gotten murdered in the same area.
Are they women of color?
They are all black women.
Yeah, that's fucking, yeah.
And it's tragic. I'll get into it. All right, Here we go. So the Freeway Phantom was a name given to an unidentified serial killer known to have abducted, raped, and strangled 6 female youths in the Washington, D.C. area from April 1971 through September 1972. So it's not even a fucking year.
No.
Which immediately makes you think he got arrested right afterwards or moved on.
Oh, because they don't know who it is?
Oh, yeah. Unidentified still.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I have some suspects. The victims were all African-American girls between the ages of 10 and 18.
No.
Sweet baby angels. Okay, so the first one was in April 1971. 13-year-old Carol Spinks was sent by her sister to go to a 7-Eleven located half a mile away from her home, which is like what you do back then. You go walk. And 13, that's like old enough.
Oh, so old. We used to walk to the store, the corner store, which is like easily a half a mile away every single day from when I was like 6 years old.
Yeah, we used to jaywalk on one of the busiest streets, like encouraged to jaywalk to the store across the street.
Just cut across the street.
Yeah, just run fast.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. On her way home from the store, Carol was abducted and her body was found 6 days later on a grassy embankment next to the northbound lanes of the I-295. Over a month later, in July, Darlenia Johnson was 16, was abducted while on her way to a summer job at a recreation center. 11 days later, her body was discovered 15 feet from where Spinks had been found. So, again, on the freeway, near the freeway. In July 1971, little 10-year-old Brenda Crockett failed to return home after having been sent to the store by her mother again. 3 hours after, okay, here's this interesting. 3 hours after Brenda was last seen, because they were immediately like this, she should have come home.
Yeah.
The phone rang and it was answered by her 7-year-old sister who was waiting at home to see if she'd come home while her family was searching the neighborhood. Brenda was on the line crying and she said, "A white man picked me up and I'm heading home in a cab." And then she added that she believed she was in Virginia before abruptly saying bye and hanging up. Weird.
What?
A short time later.
Wait, sorry. If it's 1971, how is she calling from a cab?
Yeah. There's a lot of inconsistencies. Okay. Well, I want to hear your opinion on this too.
Okay. This sucks.
I know, I'm sorry.
No.
I mean, I guess.
I feel like I can see them in my head.
I do too. A short time later, the phone rang again, and this time it was answered by the boyfriend of Brenda's mother. It was Brenda again, and she repeated what she said to her sister and then said, "Did my mother see me?" And he asked, "How could she see you when you're in Virginia?" And the boyfriend also said, "Tell the man to come to the phone and tell me where you're at, and I'll come get you." The boyfriend then heard heavy footsteps in the background, and Brenda said, "I'll see you," and the line went dead. A few hours later, Brenda was found by a hitchhiker on Route 50 near the I-295 in a place where she couldn't be missed. She had been raped and strangled, and a scarf was knotted around her neck.
Ugh.
What is... The thing, "Did my mom see me?" makes me think she drove by the house in this person's car. Somehow it was someone they knew. You know what I mean? And
right.
It was a white man was maybe, and I'm coming home was maybe the killer told her to say that to throw them off. Because I bet they didn't expect them to start searching for her so quickly.
Right.
So
also,
maybe she was in the neighborhood.
I wonder, why would he let her use the phone? Was she on drugs or drugged in some way that she was saying weird shit? She got chloroformed, woke up, grabbed the phone.
Totally.
Something, I mean.
But why would that happen a couple times?
Yeah.
After the first time.
Where was the guy?
Yeah. It makes me think that it's someone she knew.
Did my mom see me?
Yeah. Or maybe he lied to her and said, "Your mom sent me to come get you," or something.
Oh yeah. And your mom knows that you're getting in the car with me.
Yeah. Your mom saw what you were doing. I don't know. Okay. So authorities quickly concluded that Brenda's call home was at the behest of the killer. That's just their guess, you know? Furthermore, one witness reported having seen one of the victims, Miss Johnson, in an old black car driven by an African-American male shortly after her abduction. So then in October 1971, 12-year-old Nemoshia Yates was walking home from a Safeway store in Northeast Washington, D.C., when she was kidnapped, raped, and strangled. Her body was found within a few hours of her abduction again, which is interesting that he just doesn't keep the bodies.
Right. Just
off the shoulder of Pennsylvania Avenue in Maryland. It's after this murder that the quote, Freeway Phantom moniker was first used in the City tabloid article describing the murders. So, in the last murder, it was November 1971. After having dinner with a high school classmate, Brenda Woodward, 18, boarded a city bus to return to her home. And 6 hours later, police officers discovered her body stabbed and strangled in a grassy area near an access ramp to Route 202 in the Baltimore-Washington Parkway. Oof. Okay, so here's a weird... Oh, no, that's not the final victim. That's the second to final victim. I'm sorry. So a coat had been placed over her as if it was tucking her in, and in the pockets, there was a note from the killer. It said, "This is tantamount to my insensitivity to people, especially women. I will admit the others when you can catch me!" ! Signed, the Freeway Phantom. But he wrote free-way, the Freeway Phantom. And they're saying that it looks like the note was written by the victim in her own handwriting, but I looked at the note and it looks like a fucking psychopath's handwriting. It doesn't look like her handwriting.
So were they interpreting it as a young person's handwriting, or?
Yeah. That it wasn't hers, but I didn't, no, not a young person, just I don't know why they came to that conclusion, and I'll tell you why, nobody knows that.
Also, is he using the word tantamount correctly?
That will come back around.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. This is tantamount to my insensitivity to people, especially. So he's saying this is the point. This is how much I don't like people or don't care about people, especially women.
Right.
That's what his point is. Right?
I always thought that tantamount meant equivalent, though.
That's what it means. So I think this murder of this girl is equivalent to how much I don't give a shit about people.
Okay.
I mean, it's not used correctly.
Got it.
So September 1972.
I don't know why I'm so worried about grammar all of a sudden.
No, because it actually comes back. It's an interesting word to use that one would think can be like in the Jinx, how he spelled Beverly.
Yes.
Which helped get him caught is a fucking great clue.
Every single thing can be a clue. Yeah.
Every dot of the I can
indicate something.
Indicate or exonerate.
Yeah.
Something.
That's right.
So September 1972, the Phantom's final victim. So the high school senior Diane Williams, she had cooked dinner for her family and then visited her boyfriend's house. She was last seen boarding a bus again. And a short time later, her strangled body was discovered alongside the I-295, just south of the district line. So those are the murders. They raped, So the slangs supposedly triggered one of the largest investigations in the region has seen. 24 detectives were assigned to the hunt initially, and the FBI was called in until Watergate diverted the agency's manpower.
Oh, man.
Fucking rich politicians ruin it again.
With their stupid bullshit.
Yep. Is my cat kicking you?
A little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So among the individuals considered were a gang known as the Green Vega Rapists. That's a fucking cheery name.
Jesus Christ.
Do you think they danced?
What were they up to?
Yeah, I don't know. Just simple little. They played craps. Members of this gang were collectively responsible for numerous Washington, D.C. and surrounding Maryland vicinity rapes and abductions that occurred near the Washington Beltway. So everyone thought it was them. One dude was like, one of the gang members, and they were all incarcerated, was like, I know it wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it. I know who did it. If you don't say who I am, if you keep me anonymous, I'll give you information. And they were like, okay. And he was going to identified the guy, the date and location of the crime, and a signature detail, which was not provided to the public, but which was known only to the perpetrator and to detectives. That signature information was correct. The inmate who provided the information says he wasn't involved, blah, blah, blah. He had an alibi, a verified alibi. But during this period, an election was being held in Maryland, and one of the candidates publicly announced to the press that a break had occurred in the Freeway Phantom investigation and provided that an inmate at the prison where this guy was at had given information.
No.
After that announcement, the inmate who provided the information was like...
Was killed?
Fuck. No, not killed, but maybe eventually. But he was like later days and denied that he had anything. Ugh. He was just like, I'm out.
You rube.
Total rube.
You idiot politician.
Fucking idiot. And looking through the... I don't think they had any... That they were involved. I don't think...
The Green Vega rapists.
Looking at the evidence and their MO, and this sounds like the work of one person.
Yeah.
I don't think this was them. And it's like rape is a different crime than murdering, kidnapping, raping, murdering with bare hands, disposing of a body.
Yeah, I would think that in gangs, like it reminds me of like Hell's Angels or something, where they take women. They don't usually raping a 10-year-old child crosses a line even when you are a gang member, even when you are like pedophilia and all that kind of shit that's not just standard
and
activity.
Gaining access and the trust of these girls and to get, he had to have gotten them in his car somehow.
That's right.
They had to have gone with him somehow.
It's wolf in sheep's clothing. If you see a gang member, if you see 3 gang members coming at you, fucking run. You don't get in their car.
Even then, children are taught don't talk to strangers.
Yeah.
So if you see gang members, you're not going to fucking get in the car.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't think it's them. But the case is still open, as we said. So fucked up. Let's see here. All right. So, and there's not, the last article I could find from any of this was from 2013. So, and at that time, all right, here we go. So the DC police detective, James Trainum, he's kind of the dude now who's like, I'm going to try to, was in like 2006. He's like, I'm going to get this sucker.
Yeah.
And a lucky hit on DNA sample could change all that. So here's the fucking thing. Everything got lost or destroyed. All of the fucking evidence.
What?
And that's why that note, there's a photo of it, but there's no way to test it. Everything got thrown away and destroyed.
No.
Yep. But the good news is that because it was in different districts, they were able to find a DNA sample from a district that, not the main district. So Maryland has, Maryland State Police have a sample found on Williams, one of the girls who was killed, and they had never tested it because she was leaving her boyfriend's. So they figured that she had had sex with her boyfriend that night. So they never fucking tested the DNA.
What? Why wouldn't they ask her?
She was dead.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Oh my.
Ask him.
Ask him. I forgot what podcast I was on. Oh my God.
They did ask him, and he said they didn't have sex.
It's so irritating. Like, anytime you talk about like police making assumptions, my mind goes to like, what?
And this is why people, I don't want to just fucking bury all the cops in this and everything, because this is how stuff was done back then.
This was how stuff was done. That's right.
And it seems like they did put a lot of work into it. But if you ask the families, which there's a lot of interviews from the families, they fucking didn't. And the families are like, it's because if these were all blonde white women, this would have been solved.
That's exactly right.
And, you can't help but believe that.
Well, of course that's true. Of course it is. That's just been tested out time and again.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that the attitude of these cops is like, immediately, you're the victim of a crime. You're dead. You've been murdered, and suddenly it's like, well, she fucked her boy.
Yeah.
You can hear the slut shaming through the years, and you just know that they were. It makes me crazy. It's just like not treating people with respect, even in death.
I agree, and this is why I wanted to do this. This is why when I was looking for the next one, I was like, I've never fucking heard about this.
Yeah,
and this is like 6 children got fucking murdered, and there's nobody who got ever, fingered for it. It's insane.
Yeah.
So this guy, Trainum, he took it up as a cold case in 2004. He was like, I'm going to solve this. He thought he had a key piece of evidence that on the clothing of the Phantom's last known victim, they found a potential DNA sample. Let's see here. Okay, so because her body was discovered over the district line in Prince George, Maryland police initially handled the case, and so they had this information. And so it's like this, I found all these articles that they're like, so the DNA testing will be done. If the sample yields a good profile, it'll be submitted to the database, blah, blah, blah. But the last fucking thing I can find about that was from 2013. So I don't know if it's been tested or...
I feel like there should be money.
I think there's 150. Oh, to test it?
Well, I'm just saying. I feel like people in this country need jobs, and like there's like the whole thing of like old rape kits that haven't gone tested, and they're actually doing. What I love is Mariska Hargitay is doing all that work to change it, which God bless her, and all the other people. There's a bunch of people that are like, there is the woman that's the mayor of. Is she city councilwoman in Detroit, or she's the mayor of somewhere. It's on the Facebook page. That's where I read it.
Yeah.
But these people that are just stepping up and being like, no. But I feel like some company could make money. Why aren't they just prioritizing this the way they do everything else in terms of financial gain? Pay people.
Yeah.
Like get it going.
Okay, let's change that. And let's change statute of limitations on rape.
Which is insane.
There's I just want everyone to think about that. There's a statute of limitations on fucking rape, even if it's pedophilia.
Yeah. Even if it's a 10-year-old girl that was just trying to go to the corner store.
Yeah.
And here's one thing I'll change is I'll remember that the people that we're talking about are dead. I don't know what just happened.
Were you really thinking that?
Yes.
Like, in your brain?
Well, you know what it was? What's that? The second that you started saying that of like, they just assumed she had sex with a boyfriend, I just went down that whole thing of like, how many stories to this day in 2016 you hear of judges being the sexism and the misogyny that you hear to this day
of like
in the legal system.
And the reason why we'll never know the exact number of rape victims is because why would you come forward with this rape if you're going to be like, well, you fucked your boyfriend earlier, so it's probably not.
It's just sickening. I mean, it's happening less and less, but the fact that it still happens at all is just a disgrace. It's just like, we need to do better as the human race.
We do. So Trainum called on an expert who specializes in this is a fucking fascinating fact. Specializes in narrowing the field of suspects. Kim Rossmo, she's a former Canadian police officer and professor at Texas State University, developed a computer system that plots crime events on a map and helps determine where the suspect's, quote, anchor point or home or workplace or significant location might be. How fucking cool is that?
Yeah.
So they spent weeks looking through reports together. They visited the crime scene and they developed a geographic profile of the killer's movements. I mean, they think the anchor point was in Congress Heights, just south of the hospital. I don't really understand. Nothing came out of that. So they have a suspect that I think sounds pretty good. So there's this dude, Robert Askins, Askins, who's also some like web developer. So when you Google him, put murder in. Oh. He had been charged with raping a 24-year-old woman in his house. He had killed prostitutes. He had been charged 3 times with homicide. He was in St. Elizabeth's Hospital, which is down the street from where they thought that that the killer lived, and had later been convicted in a 1938 killing of a prostitute by cyanide poisoning.
Jesus Christ.
But his sentence had been overturned on legal technicalities and saying that he was too impaired to stand, too drunk at the time to be liable for it.
Did you say 1938?
Yeah.
So when he was really young, and he was probably doing, if it was him, doing these ones when he was way older.
Yeah. So they arrested him in 1977 for something else. They found some. Okay, so here's the interesting part. So they went through his stuff, and they found in his desk drawer a footnote from the judge's sentence, and the word tantamount had been used over and over in that. And later he would learn that this guy Askins often used the word at the National Science Foundation, where he worked as a computer technician. So everyone he worked with was like, he used the word tantamount a lot. I've never fucking used that word in my life.
I've never used that word. I've never heard anybody else use that word.
That's like a fucking Elmer Fudd word.
Yeah. There's a tantamount to...
Dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, and also, is this guy white?
No.
That's fascinating. He was just like a black computer scientist in the 60s and 70s.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I don't know if he was white.
You don't know if he was white or black?
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
I'm going to edit that out because I should have seen that. But I couldn't find any photos of him.
Oh, I guess I assumed he was black because they saw the one girl in the car with a black guy.
Right. I think.
But that doesn't mean anything. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll take it out.
Technicians found on all 6 victims green synthetic carpet fiber, on all but one of the victims' clothing. And they couldn't find anything like that in this dude's house. And they dug up his backyard and they didn't find anything. He was never charged. He's 87, serving a life sentence in a federal prison. I think he died in like 2009 or so.
But on his record, he had already been arrested for killing people 3 other times.
Yeah, but they were always prostitutes. But when he was asked by a reporter later, he said, "I didn't do those crimes, but I hated women so much." Like he almost was like, "I wish I had."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So it's still an open case. Maybe I called the crime hotline in the county.
Oh yeah,
and asked if they had checked if they had searched the DNA
to get an update,
and they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about, and I felt like an idiot.
Hey, at least you tried.
I know.
I wonder how you do find out about stuff like that.
I think you have to be you have to be some kind of authority. I don't think they'll just give that out.
Let's
find out about that. Can someone who's like in forensics find out if that?
Yeah, or just people that are listening, if you want to be a sleuth, try to find out updates on the Freeway Phantom murders.
It's weird that the last thing I saw was like they're trying to test the DNA and then
just nothing.
Not even like there was no match or it was inconclusive. I mean, I'm just curious.
And also it's just that it's such a quagmire of like DNA and testing and all that stuff. It's like there are some places where it takes years.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially places where they have high crime. That's not their priority. And this guy's probably dead, whoever it is.
Right.
But the families deserve answers, and that's the point, is that families deserve answers just as much as any other family.
That is so sad and horrifying.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful. I mean, as I was rereading through the details of the case to do this, I'm just shocked over and over again and so amazed that there's no updates in this case. It seems like it should be solved now.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Like, let's get back to this. I have two corrections from my story. One is that the suspect, Robert Askins, died in prison in 2010, not 2009, like I stated in the episode. And through the episode, I mispronounced one of the victims' names. I called her Brenda Woodward, but her last name was actually Woodard. So my apologies there. And also, if you're interested in this case, which you should be, it's fucking fascinating. Let's shed more light on it. Our friends over at Tenderfoot TV put out a limited series podcast about this case called Freeway Phantom. So definitely check that out. They make such good work over there.
I definitely want to listen to that.
I do too.
Yeah. It deserves the deepest dive and
Yeah. Fresh eyes. All right. Well, let's get into Karen's fucking horrible story. This is the story of Anders Behring Breivk. And just a warning, this story is about a mass shooting, so take some precautions if you need to. Summer's for adventures, road trips, and adding a whole lot of miles to your car.
That's why it's worth stopping at Valvoline Instant Oil Change first.
If you need an oil change, make the smart stop at Valvoline Instant Oil Change before you hit the highway.
Their trained techs can help you get road trip ready with an oil change and an 18-point maintenance check included with every oil change, checking your tire pressure, wipers, lights, and more.
That means they're checking important things before you're halfway to your aunt's house with no cell service.
And these aren't just any techs. Valvoline Instant Oil Change techs complete over 270 hours of training, so your car's in capable hands.
The best part, you can stay in your car and you're in and out in about 15 minutes.
So before your next long summer ride, pull into Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Change wisely.
Goodbye. Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and unforgettable moments that make the season so special.
Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, gathering with friends, or simply soaking up every sunny day, Pandora Jewelry offers meaningful pieces designed to celebrate your unique story.
From sun-kissed metals that catch the light beautifully to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra, every detail is crafted to help you express yourself with confidence and style.
Explore charms, bracelets, rings, necklaces, and more, thoughtfully designed to complement every adventure and occasion.
Each design moves with you, from beach days and road trips to rooftop dinners, golden nights, and every memory in between.
Layer your favorite looks, mark life's meaningful moments, and create lasting reminders of a season you'll never want to forget.
Find the pieces that reflect who you are and where this summer takes you.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold.
Goodbye. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Every successful small business starts with someone saying, I wonder if people would actually buy this.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to find out.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can showcase your skills with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business.
With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful, professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business.
Get paid on time with professional invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Head to squarespace.com/murder for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, use offer code MURDER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Goodbye.
All right. Do you want to hear this week's My Favorite Murder?
Yes, please.
This is one I've wanted to do for a while. And I have to say, when I was looking up
the different ones that I wanted to do today. I am very tired from my work, having to work and do homework as well.
I know.
I'm not used to it. I'm kind of more of a lady of leisure. But I realized that all the ones I want to do are episodes of I Survived that I've seen that I loved. And I was like, I can't just keep retelling I Survived stories.
Can't you?
I guess I can, though, because I did again.
And if you add little details in that they didn't add in.
Right. Well, because that's all firsthand account.
Right.
So it's basically the person saying this was like what it was like for me to go through it.
Right.
But I just love that show so much because they are amazing. The stories themselves are crazy and amazing.
I'm not going to watch it because I just want to hear from you.
Okay.
The stories.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, right?
Then I'll never have to bust myself again.
Cool.
But they did a special on I Survived of the Norway attacks. I don't know if you remember those, but they were the attacks on July 22nd in 2011 where Anders Behring Breivk, who was a crazy fucking right-wing fascist, lunatic, racist asshole, first blew up a government building in Oslo and then went on to an island that had a summer camp.
Yes. I remember this horrifying. Go on.
All right. So there is, I can't remember, I couldn't find the actual season and episode number, but if you look up the Norway attacks I Survived, they have a special episode where it's 4 different kids who were on the island who survived these attacks. And it also, they speak perfect English.
Oh my God, what? Oslo's like, isn't that where it's the most peaceful place in the fucking world?
They not since World War II had they had violence like this in their country. It also has the most beautiful people. My college roommate, Kristen, was obsessed with Norway, and she went there one summer. She talked about it constantly, and she showed me these pictures. We went there, and we went to this music festival, and everyone was just like a gorgeous
Nordic
blonde model.
Yeah.
They are truly amazing.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pretty great. I mean, they've got it down.
Yeah.
But of course, there's always got to be an asshole to ruin things.
Totally.
So this guy, Anders Behring Breivk, he drove a van with a bomb made of fertilizer and fuel oil, which was similar to the Oklahoma bombing, Oklahoma City bombing. He went and drove that and parked it next to the building where the office of the Prime Minister, Jens Stoltenberg, was. And that van blew up. It killed 8 people and it injured 209.
Holy shit.
12 of them very seriously. Luckily, fewer people than normal were in the area because it was in July. So most people, that's the vacation month for Norwegians. And it was a Friday afternoon, so government people were gone for the day.
Why did he do that?
Because he had posted a video on YouTube the day before where he was wearing a scuba suit and holding AK-47 and talking about he wanted to rid his nation of Muslims.
Yeah, the Muslims are the problem, you fucking psychopath.
You fucking terrorist. So he does this hideous bombing. All of Oslo is just going nuts because it doesn't happen there. It does not happen there. And then less than 2 hours later, this guy, Breivik, he's dressed up like a cop. Yeah.
That's not fair. Like, I call bullshit on that.
It's the creepiest, worst, that thing where you immediately have the trust of people and you're manipulating that trust. So he gets on a ferry and he takes the ferry over to the island of Utoya. I'm going to pronounce it like a dirty American, and as I will every other word in this article that is basically sounds like me reading an IKEA catalog. It's going to be that bad.
Is it? I wonder if any murderer has ever taken a ferry to his murder place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That seems almost like
maybe that should be next week's theme.
I feel like he should have taken a what are the ones where you stand up and room across the
a gondola?
a jet ski.
Oh, okay.
Like a jet ski.
A ski-doo?
Something, but a fucking ferry.
He had to jump on the ferry with all the other commuters. So he goes over to this a summer camp. The average age of the campers are 18.
No, why?
They're the Norwegian Youth Labor Party. So it's basically, it would be like if a bunch of young Democrats. And there was a lot of children that were related to
higher ups in the government.
yes, government workers and people that were sorry.
So he was you're good. He was sending a message strictly to these people, which like, when has that ever worked? When are people ever going to be like, okay?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If your plan is to kill people's children, you're the bad guy. Sorry.
Dude.
Anyway, yeah, I'm doing it again. So he goes over onto the island of Utoya. He is dressed like a cop, and he tells them they hear about the bombing in Oslo, which is, of course, like, it's a national emergency.
Totally.
So he, as dressed as a police officer, goes to say that he's come for a routine check because there's all these diplomat and politicians' children on this island. So he's there to check if everybody's okay.
Sure.
So he meets with Monica, a woman named Monica Boise, who's the camp leader and the island hostess. And there is also a man who is the security officer on the island named Trond Bernston. And he was also an off-duty cop.
Oh, please do something.
Breivik killed both of them immediately.
Son of a, I was going to be like, maybe this guy.
Yeah, no. So he gets access to the island, immediately meets with the people in charge, takes out the adults in charge.
How surprised do you have to be to have that happen to you? Like, a moment before you die.
Oh my God, it's the last thing you expect.
Yeah.
And so he goes down. So in this episode of I Survived, the kids tell this story. But there was a lot of kids, they had gathered everybody up to tell them that this bombing had happened in Oslo. So then there were still people sitting on this big kind of outside area, kind of standing around and talking about it. And this guy shows up dressed as a cop, and he calls everyone around,
I'm gonna throw up.
asks them to gather up, and then just starts shooting. And so the kids it's like they've just gotten this terrible news. Then this starts happening. They have no idea what's going on.
Like, you don't even know to run because it's so surreal.
It's so surreal. That's what they all say. And he's dressed like a policeman.
Totally.
So on top of it, they don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, because they probably still think he's a policeman. It's not like you're like, oh, this guy lied.
Right, exactly. And also you're far away enough. So if you're seeing it happen, like they think, is this some sort of huge prank or is it an emergency? Some of the kids said that on the other parts of the island, because they did have, it wasn't strange that there would be gunshots on the island because they were out in nature, and they said that wasn't a weird thing. Yeah, like that didn't surprise them. But then it was when they heard screaming that they realized something bad was happening.
Oh, no.
This island is also very small.
Is it?
Yeah. So for the next hour and a half.
No.
Yep. This guy
Rampage.
walking and running around the island, picking kids off.
No.
So
where do they hide? Where do you hide?
It's such a nightmare. So some kids hid in a freezer, and there's kids that told a story of hiding in a freezer, like 5 kids. He walked into the kitchen area all the way around and to the freezer, but didn't look inside and walked away. And that's the reason they survived. And there's kids, there's article after article where kids tell stories like that, where they were in their bunk, they all went under mattresses or whatever, and they just held their breath and hid. And then there's other stories that these kids tell from I Survived, where like they're hiding and their phone goes off because the parents are calling to see if they're okay, and that's what gives them away. It's bone chilling. This guy just walks around picking off kids.
I'm gonna throw up. I always want to know, like, I always immediately think when I hear stories like that, or like Columbine or school shootings, like, where would I be in that room? Like, where would I hide? Where would I be? Yes. You're never gonna know if it's the right place to go or not.
Well, and also when you're in a panic situation like that, you're just gonna make do with what the best, thing that's near you. Yeah. It's just luck. It's dumb luck and random fate.
Totally.
It's terrible. The other thing too is he had enough time that he was going around. He shot kids, And then there was some kids who were just laying there pretending to be dead.
Right.
He had enough time to go back around and double check and shoot them if they weren't dead. So it's fucked. So some kids had places to hide. Some kids would come out of the places where they were hiding and then realize that the guy wasn't gone yet. So they would hide for half an hour and then think it must be all clear. And it just because they weren't hearing screaming anymore.
You guys, don't leave your hiding place until a real cop comes. I don't know.
But how would you know? I mean,
as I was saying that, I was like,
I know. This is why, I mean, this is such a terrible worst case scenario because it's also in a place where they don't have school shootings. They don't have stuff like that happen. It's not common at all. And then it's just a kid's camp. It's like so much innocence that it's just the most surreal. Yeah. A bunch of kids jump into the lake and start swimming away across, and now it's really cold water.
Yeah.
Really cold water. And thank God there were people that were on the islands across and in the houses that heard stuff, heard gunshots, heard screaming. At first thought that the gunshots must have been firecrackers, whatever. But there was one guy who had a big boat who heard it and got a call to say something bad is happening. Yeah. You have to go over to that island. He thought it was a prank, but went anyway.
Oh my goodness.
God bless. He saved 30 kids.
Holy shit.
Because he just went. He was like, this sounds like nothing, but I will go anyway.
Totally.
There were kids in the water. He was throwing out life jackets to kids who he couldn't fit on the boat. They did like 4 trips.
Oh my God.
He did that. He was a local named Marcel Gieffi, is how I'm going to think it's pronounced. He was a German resident that was staying at a camping area on the mainland, and he got his boat out there. Then there was another 40 kids were saved by Hege, Hege, Dahlin, and Toril Hansen, who was a married couple who were holidaying nearby. This Wikipedia was clearly written by a foreign person using words like holidaying. Dahlin was helping from land, so kids were swimming up onto land, and she was getting them like to safety while Hansen and another neighbor were making boat trip rescues. And then there was a man named Casper Oleg, who made 3 trips to the island in his boat. Casper is the one who thought initially it was a prank, but went anyway. Altogether, 150 kids swam away from the island and were pulled out of the fjord by campers on the opposite shore.
Holy shit.
So it always makes me feel better when you hear that, like other citizens taking action and helping out.
Yeah.
But the thing was, this motherfucker, once he saw that kids were getting into the water, went down and just started strafing the water.
Dude.
So he was in berserker mode, as they like to say on Last Podcast on the Left.
Sure.
He was in the mode where no one was going to live.
How did they stop him?
Basically, the cops finally showed up after an hour and a half.
Why did it take so long?
Because
they were at the bombing.
They were at the other bombing, and they didn't get word, and it was a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
But it basically just took them. That was how far away it was and how long it took. They finally got on, it was a bunch of cops in like full riot gear and SWAT type gear went on and just made an announcement saying, put your gun down. And I think at that point he was done.
Yeah.
Because they said he had made a couple of calls too. So I think it was that kind of thing where it was like he made his first round and then it was just like he was coming down off of it.
And he was ready to put his message out too, probably.
Yeah.
It was like this wasn't just to kill people. This was like a message.
It was absolutely a message. Yeah. And it was this kind of thing of like, we need to take our country back.
Yeah.
And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to deliver the message to these politicians and to these people who are quote unquote allowing things to happen. Yeah. So at the end of the day, Breivik had killed 68 children outright.
Jesus.
68 children.
Oh my God.
That's more that was in my high school graduating class.
That makes me so sick.
It's terrible. And then he injured 110, 55 of them seriously. The 69th victim died in the hospital 2 days later. So he was arrested. He was examined by a court-appointed forensic psychiatrist, and he was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. And they concluded that he was psychotic at the time of the attacks and criminally insane. But when it came time to have him go to court, they did a second psychiatric evaluation and found that he was not criminally insane, that he was fully aware of what he was doing. It was planned, and it had been planned for years. Because not only did he post that YouTube video the night before, but he had been, for years, had been talking and ranting about this xenophobic shit of we need to get these people out. And of course, he had a manifesto.
Right.
So they find the manifesto, and there are sections that he ripped off directly from the Unabomber without attributing, and he just replaced replaced leftists, which was Unabomber, with cultural Marxists. When he first started shooting the kids, he kept yelling, "Today is the day you die, Marxists."
Wow.
So he was accusing everybody of being, like communists or whatever.
Man, my children. I mean, not that adults are any better, but it's just like...
Because that's going to send like the
is.
fastest, worst message. And it's also, that's a person who wants to do evil.
Yeah.
This isn't just, you send it, you park a van that has a bomb in it next to a government building, and that's chaos and mayhem. You're
Right.
trying to create
and you're walking away
destruction.
from it. It's not like you're point blank shooting. But that is like...
He took it to the next level because he's evil, and he wanted evil to be done. Which is like, who do you think you are to protect anybody from anything or pretend that's what your intentions are?
Yeah.
When what you're doing is killing children of your own country. That's where your argument falls apart.
Yeah.
So he also, in this manifesto, said he was an admirer of the Tea Party movement of America.
Oh, well, there you go.
So, just know that. know who you're appealing to. On August 24th, he was found to be sane by that panel of judges and sentenced to preventative detention, which is a sentence of 21 years in prison that can be repeatedly extended by 5 years as long as the person is considered a threat to society.
That's not long enough. He should have been fucking...
It's the maximum sentence allowed by Norwegian law, and the only way to allow for life imprisonment is to get the 21-year sentence and then re-up it every 5 years.
All right, we're back, and this story still is just so heartbreaking.
It's a horror movie. I mean, it truly is. It's a horror movie. And as a story, it's like a person who tried to plan the most painful, hurtful, scary thing that he could do, and then he did it.
Yeah. All right, are there any updates, Karen?
No major updates. So Breivik has been held in isolation since he began his prison sentence in 2012. So he tried to sue the state, saying that his human rights were being breached, according to the Justice Ministry. So it's inhumane to hold him in isolation. But the reason he's being held in isolation is because he did a thing that people can't even fathom or wrap their head around. It's just like, I don't know.
All right, well, let's turn this around and we can end this rewind episode on what we would call the podcast now, if we were naming it after a quote from the episode and not a weird number system that's like falling apart already.
That's clearly falling apart because we're basing it on what the Duggars are doing. That's...
The wheels have come off the fucking car. But we're still driving it.
Look, 2024 will not hold up, 8.5 years from now. That's just a thing people need to realize. Is just like all of this, as we evolve, we can't look back and go, we did great.
People, we will never do that. That's our promise to you.
We really can't. But I think it's interesting. This is such a clear episode where we needed a good producer to go, hey, if you're going to do this story, if Karen's going to do this story, then we have to do a slightly different story so it's not so horrifying in this show.
Totally.
But didn't do it this time.
Nope.
Too early.
Yeah. You have 2 jobs. I think I had a couple weird gigs.
Oh yeah,
that's all we had.
You had some stuff. You were doing that. Weren't you
Cooking
doing
channel.
like a streaming thing or some sort of like video thing for your other podcast?
Oh yeah, that's right. We were doing like a streaming thing.
We were busy.
We were busy ladies.
Oh, the suggestions for the titles: encourage to jaywalk. That's a great one. Georgia said that when she was talking about being a kid and walking alone.
I hear that. It's so true. Jaywalk. You'll be quicker.
Just run. Yeah.
Get quick home. So jaywalk.
Yeah. Just
hitchhike. Get a ride from a stranger if you want to get home quicker.
You're 5, so run out in the street where they can't see you.
I'm pretty good at jaywalking now, I will say. And then this is the first time I think I said sweet baby angels, referring to the victims of the Freeway Phantom. Pretty wild.
Well, I mean, sometimes we just have to review episodes that are just a bummer in every way.
Yeah. But we did that. And thank you guys for listening. Stick around for more rewind episodes. We'll keep doing them if you like them.
That's right. Thanks for showing up. Stay sexy.
And don't get murdered.
Goodbye.
Elvis, do you want a cookie?
Hey everybody, here's the thing about other home security systems. They're all designed for after the window breaks, after someone's inside, after you get the notification, after the police come. SimpliSafe is the first system designed for before, stopping a break-in before it even begins.
That's right. Unlike traditional security systems that only alert you after a break-in is already underway, SimpliSafe is designed to help prevent the crime before it starts. Their cameras can detect suspicious activity at the perimeter and alert live U.S.-based agents. Then SimpliSafe's agents assess the threat, intervene, speak through the camera to scare off the intruders, and call for 911 dispatch.
That's right, and SimpliSafe has been protecting your world for 20 years, everybody. So celebrate their anniversary and save 60% on your new SimpliSafe system at simplisafe.com/stuff. That's 60% off, you guys, at simplisafe.com/stuff. Plus, when you order, write in our show name and the How Did You Hear About Us survey to let them know that we sent you. Don't forget, there's no safe like SimpliSafe.
The kids are back in school. Now it's your turn to head back to the beach.
During Cheap Caribbean's Back to Beach sale, save $200 site-wide on vacation packages of 4 nights or more with code 200BEACH.
Trade school drop-offs for beach walks, lunch boxes for beach bars, and your daily routine for adults-only relaxation.
Use code 200BEACH and get more beach for less money.
Book your beach vacay today at cheapcaribbean.com. Goodbye.
Bye. There's always a point in the day when your feet decide they've had enough.
Luckily, there's Reef.
You may know Reef for their ridiculously comfortable sandals, but they aren't stopping there. The women's Neptune has everything you could ever want in a sneaker.
The Neptune is a lightweight, everyday slip-on shoe with a crush-back heel, so you can wear it traditionally or step on the heel and wear it like a slide.
Lightweight, breathable, and easy to wear, the Neptune is the everyday shoe your feet have been waiting for.
The Neptune makes me so freaking happy because my whole life I've been yelled at for crushing the heel of my foot because I want every shoe to be a slide, every shoe. And they actually make them that way. And it makes me so happy. Plus, they're super comfortable, they're light, and they're really cute.
So check out the Neptune on reef.com and redeem 15% off your first purchase.
Goodbye.